Hi guys, welcome to our special feature today. We're here at the Chung Convention Center, and with me is the director of the Guyana Tourism Authority, Mr. Kamrul Bash. I hope I pronounced that
Yeah,
right.
you got it right. You got it right.
All right, so welcome to our feature.
Thank
How
you.
are you doing today?
Absolutely good. From the turnout, I'm even better.
All right. So today, the Guyana Tourism Authority hosts a one-day event which is called Tourism Business Licensing Clinic.
That's
Tell our
right.
viewers a little about that.
Right. So the Tourism Business License Clinic, it's first of its kind, really, and we've launched this in January 2023, a time where persons are getting their documents in order, and today we have 9 governmental agencies and the mayor and city council here today to go through and to provide all the information necessary for all of the tourism stakeholders in the industry, particularly for the accommodation sector, tour operators, tour owners, guides, interior lodges and resorts. So all these agencies, inclusive of Maritime Administration, Guyana Fire Service, Go Invest, EPA, and others, the Guyana Tourism Authority itself, everybody will be providing one high level of sensitization to new business comers in the hospitality and tourism sector, but also to provide the vital information to existing businesses as well. So it's been very impactful so far. We've had in excess of 70 different businesses here represented. So significant, and we're still about a few hours away from closing. So we anticipate some additional folks to come down. But the reason for doing this clinic here, and to echo some of the sentiments that businesses and the agencies have mentioned so far, is that one, it does bring everybody under a singular roof to address all tourism licensing matters in one place at one time, and it will really alleviate the costs of doing business and improve the convenience and access of services. And as part of our strategy, at the Guyana Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, to improve access to the people and to the businesses. And we will, this is the first of its kind, of course, and this one is catered to the businesses along the coastal area. But we'll also be heading down to Region 9 in before the end of the first quarter and repeat a similar project like this, so that those businesses will also have the the ability to access this level of convenience and service. So it's good, and it will allow us ultimately to get a higher number or an increased number of businesses that are licensed with the authority, and we want to promote licensed businesses, to everybody who comes in, to Guyanese and to others alike. We want to ensure that, when you go to a business, whether that's an operator and a hotel, a lodge, a resort, that those businesses observe the highest level of standard that are requirements by agencies locally here, and to basically satisfy the expectations of people, right?
All right, so I want to ask you this here. Today you're actually doing a registration, licensing for them. And I know there would have been some criteria or requirements that person would have to bring. Let's say your requirements would have been up to 10 and persons would have only submit only 8. How do you deal with that?
Right. So the the thing is that I understand that businesses may not be able to bring in all the required documentation at the same time, and hence this is why it's an ongoing process. But this clinic here is a great platform for them to submit whatever they have, receive the information of what what are the additional requirements or the outstanding requirements, and then submit that in the ensuing days or weeks ahead. So it will provide them with all the requirements, and then the Guyana Tourism Authority will work very closely with those businesses and follow up with the sister agencies here present today to ensure that those businesses get the documentation and ultimately their license.
And for persons who is looking at our feature and miss out today event, what would you say to them that are not registered?
Right. So this clinic is meant to be a heightened activity to bring awareness to regulations, but it is in no means to replace the daily operations that we have in the authority there in the regulatory division. persons can come in at any point in time during the working hours to address any licensing concerns. So the clinic indeed, of course, brings together everybody, but we will still utilizing the networks that we've built here today. And moving forward, persons can still come in, still go to any of the agency and get it. So if you miss the clinic, all is not lost.
Anything else you care to share with our viewers before we go?
Right. For those persons who missed and would like to engage the Guyana Tourism Authority, please don't be skeptical about the process. We're here to provide a high level of support, to all stakeholders. Not to any section, but to say that we want to provide an ever increasing business support service really to the industry. And today here we launch our business support service where we have several consultants who will help, especially micro and small businesses, to go through the licensing process. Because they might find it challenging to complete this process. So we are basically providing a mentorship program to businesses to complete this process. And also our licensing portal, which is online on our website. I want to encourage and urge persons to go on the website and to utilize that portal. You need not come into the office. Again, reducing the cost of doing business. Go online and submit your documentation. You may need to provide a new itinerary or a new policy or something like that. You can simply do that online. You need not come in, and you can also pay the fees of the Guyana Tourism Authority on the MMG portal that we have running.
So you're not just registering them, but you're also guiding them.
Absolutely. So, providing what is required, but not just putting you out at sea, but also and leaving you alone, but to guide you through that process so that you could ultimately become licensed.
Okay, well, first of all, I'd like to say kudos to GTA, the Guyana Tourism Authority, for putting together the conference because it has been really helpful, and it really simplified the process of helping us to get Atta Rainforest relicensed again, bringing together all the sectors like the fire service. There is the National Insurance Company, EPA is also here, and it just helps us to talk to everyone and just touch and keep ticking the boxes of all the requirements from GTA to get the licensing done. So I'm very happy that they've done this conference.
The process was very easy. I must commend the Guyana Tourism Authority under this first tourism licensing clinic. All the agencies are here that you need to get permits from. So I would say that it was quite an easy process for me. I've started my licensing process and hope to get it within a few weeks' time.
And with this one-stop shop, I was able to attend and actually see a lot of other companies and organizations that helps a lot of us in terms of who don't know how to register and get things done with getting licensed with the Tourism Authority. The one-stop shop helps a lot. For instance, for me right now, the Maritime Division is here. I have boats. I was able to get some information from the Maritime Division. Also, there's lands and surveyors. There's also people from the insurance companies that are able to assist with anybody who wants to get into tourism. And importantly, what I've done is being able to foster a lot of new relationships with other tour operators who are now getting into business and want advice. Right, so I give the advice for free. They want recommendations, and they need also what you call good advice.
We're a local insurance company. We've been around for about 30 years. This year will make 30 years to be precise. And we carry the full suite of insurance, only one of which meets the checklist here, right, which is that of public liability insurance. From the interaction with the Guyana Tourism Authority here today, I gathered that insurance is not the only checklist item that needs to be completed. But there are many other aspects like certifications from maybe the MNCC or other authorities. Being registered, from what I see, it gives your business more credibility that, hey, I am working in an environment that is somewhat regulated, that ensures the safety of my guests and so forth. Having insurance not only for your assets, your motor vehicles and your buildings, tangible assets, not only the aspects is important, but having an insurance gives a safety net to your guests, that comfort that, hey, should something happen to me, then no, you don't have to go out of pocket to pay my bill, but there is a protection that is there from NAFICO that we can call on, that I'm guaranteed that there is compensation for me to cover my expenses.
You yet again.
Well, I mean, the feedback, the turnout has been good. I have, just been on hand to witness the interaction, and so I think we had a reasonable amount of interest shown this morning. Most people really came to find out about licensing and regulations for their vessels, especially we're in the tourism sector. We have a lot of tour operators who take people on different trips. We are the land of many waters, so trips would involve waters, right? So most people came to understand what they need to do, what they have to have in place to be compliant with all of the regulations that are involved in that.
Regarding my area, I'm dealing with the registration and licensing of vessels in Guyana. We encourage persons who are owners of vessels to come on board and have themselves regularized. There are a lot of persons who are using the waterways who aren't licensed. So what we do, we encourage them in terms of, we go out there, we have campaigns, we have training sessions, tell them what it's all about, the requirements. It's a simple process. It starts with you sending in an application for a vessel license or a registration, your area of operation, and we take it from there. If it's approved, it's a simple process.
It is absolutely essential. I mean, we are moving from, Ghana is moving. We are definitely we're moving apace. And so we want to make sure that, we do what we have to do as a people and as a country. So it is absolutely essential for businesses to be registered for so many reasons, especially in the tourism sector, because you interact with people, you have to take people from place to place, you have to have people within your location, and so you want to make sure that at least the basic safety is there for them, and that means that you're licensed, you're registered, so in the event of anything, people have that assurance.
Sure.
So thank you for allowing me to share a few thoughts, not on behalf of TAG, but on behalf of the business community and as an operator in the industry. As Roraima Group operates Nature Resort, Arrow Point, we operate 2 boutique hotels, and so we have an entire circle of travel and tourism services. So an event like this is very welcome because you need to get approvals from all the agencies that are here to operate legally and operate within the safety boundaries and so on, and also operating as a licensed operator, which is of course
Very important.
very, very important from both fronts. And so I believe the GTA need to be congratulated, and Kamul, the director, to organize such an event and to get all the key agencies here under one roof, if I can use that term. So if you go to, for example, you go to EPA and you have a bottleneck because you didn't get a document from CHPA, or you didn't get a document from the city council, or you didn't get one from the fire service, you can actually lean over to the other agency and both agencies can talk, and then you can have that issue sorted out right here.
I saw that you came and you were doing inspection. As former president, what would you advise other persons to come and get registered, and also other businesses to collaborate with the Guyana Tourism Authority?
Yes, definitely. I mean, you would have seen that we had some unfortunate instances in the industry, and so when that happens, Guyana as a destination gets a setback. And so what you will want is for all operators to operate at a minimum standard. And I believe that's the aim of the GTA of organizing such an event. So I will encourage persons to come to get registered, to get licensed, and to operate at the required standard, because we know if you don't, then you have an issue. So and it also benefits the business, because when you are a licensed operator and when people have a level of confidence, when the consumer or the traveler or the tourist have that level of confidence that they know that you're operating above are at least at a minimum standard. You can go above and beyond, but at least they know the industry or the entire tourism fraternity supports something like this is very much welcome, and I believe everyone should come out. And I had a discussion with Kamrul as well, the director, on because he was speaking about having such an event in the outlying regions, which is very, very much welcome. And I want to encourage those persons in those regions to come out and ensure that the businesses get licensed.
And Mitra, it's also important for them to register, because if they want to go to the bank to get a loan, or they want to go to small businesses, or you want to acquire or to get in with the grant that comes through the Guyana Tourism, is really good.
Correct. So in addition to everything you just mentioned there, you will also be able to benefit from the marketing of the GTA. So everything that the GTA does, including listing on the website or promotional activities that the GTA does for the destination Guyana, your business will benefit from that if you get licensed. So there's also a huge business benefit from doing something like this.